Hi everybody. Okay, so this video here is going to go over just the basic daily procedure for the drivers to go ahead and log into the Cool Running software and do their sales, and then of course reconcile out. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and choose Cool Running here and log in just like one of your drivers might have to log in during the day. So I'm going to pick the app and I'm going to log in. And I'm going to log in. Now, of course, right here it's asking if I didn't have a printer locked up to this device, it's going to ask to do it's going to try and lock in with a printer, which I covered in another video. But in this case right here, there's already a printer lined up with it. I'm going to do a print test. Very important that drivers should do a print test before they go out to make sure. You see right here, my printer did a print test, and I can continue on. And now I'm going to go ahead and pick the truck that I'm going to drive for today. I'm going to choose truck number 23. And I'm going to click continue. Now what this is telling me here is the app is going to be running and setting its positional data all day long. Okay, I'm going to click OK. Alright, so if inventory has already been preloaded on the truck, and that's another thing I covered in another video, it would automatically be displaying here. But in this situation right here, I'm going to go ahead and add some items into the truck myself. So I'm going to choose add items, and I'm going to choose 20-pound bags, and I'll do 500 of those. Confirm. And then I'm going to add some 7-pound bags. The 7-pound bags happen to be batch coded in this example. Okay, so at any time during the day they can check their summary and see what they have left on the truck. I've been doing a lot of demonstrations here, so it's a little bit off right now, but this is what they would see. Alright, so at this point right now they're either going to work on the entire customer list and do searches for customers as they need, or scroll. They can do it either way. The option over here is customer, and this kind of groups customers together. Okay, or they can go in and choose the route. I'm going to choose routes. Okay, in this situation right here, I'm going to choose Tom, truck number 23. All right, so at this point right here, of course, I covered in other videos that they can map and they can see all their stops on a map. They can see them on a list, but at this point, they can print out the route, or they can just simply start the route. All right. So I've got a lot of customers in here for this example, so I'm going to pull some stops off and make this demonstration a little shorter. So hold on, please. Okay, so I've chosen to take some stops off the route, and this is something here that you might find interesting. As the office manager, on another screen here, I've actually pulled the stops off the route, and I'm going to publish the change that I did to this route. This is what drivers will see. They're actually going to see this thing pop up. So I'll click OK. Yep. And there's the new route that changed. Okay, so let's go ahead and start making deliveries. So I'm going to choose the first stop here, BP. And if there's any pre-orders or anything like that, they show up. In this situation right here, we're just simply picking stops and making sales. I'm going to make delivery. If there's any notes there might be on this pre-order. If there's pre-order items, they be listed, but I'm going to select the pre-order. I'm going to enter line items, add products. I'm going to choose some 20-pound bags. I'm going to do 50 of them. And let's just say they have some returns as well. Returns. 20-pound bags, and let's just say there's 5 returns. Okay, and I can even add another item here. And let's do 80 of those. Okay, so if I'm done doing all that right there, I get complete delivery. The rotation on the ice chest, if you want to put that in, you can put that in. You can even type in some notes for the office here if you wanted to. Alright, so here this customer is actually a cash sale. I can just click next, and I can go ahead and just print out the receipt. Okay. If I want to print another one, I can. Click continue. That sale is now inside the server. Let's go back to the route. Alright, so there it says right there, the stop's been completed. I want to pick up the pace a little bit. So this one right here, I'm going to click make delivery, select the pre-order, enter line items, add products, 7-pound bags. I'm going to say they took 150, add, complete delivery, I'm not going to bother putting the merchandiser maintenance in. And it's going to tell me this. I'm going to continue anyways. I'm going to say this one here paid by check. So I'll right up here, I came up here and I change it to check, and I enter the check number. I'm not going to bother receipt. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the route again and do another one. This one here, I'm going to say they didn't need any ice. So no delivery needed. So this would be a service call. Again, covered in one of the other videos. So I'm going to select this. Now I'm going to go up here to standard delivery, but I'm going to change it to a no delivery needed. And I'm going to complete the delivery. And I'm going to, this time I'll choose this again. I'm going to say I faced off the ice and they're 85% full. Confirm. Next. No receipt. That one's done. So I'm going to go back to the route again. Let's just say this customer here actually refused the delivery. Same thing, going up here, changing it to a refusal. Complete the delivery. I'm not going to bother with maintenance this time. No, actually I will, because they refused. I'm going to say they're 15% full. Confirm. And they do not sign it. I'm just going to put the name of the guy who refused it. No receipt again. So you can see right there that's been completed. And I'll do this one on down here. And I'll just say, oops, sorry about that. Enter line items, add products. I'm going to say they just took 20-pound bags. I'll say they took 50. Complete delivery. Not going to bother with this time. And I'll say that they paid by check too. No receipt. Okay, I'm going to go back to the route again. Now, I noticed on this right here, I didn't actually have any customers that had a term sale. So I'm going to go ahead and add at least one customer onto this list that's a term sale, so I can actually sign for one delivery. So let me find one here. Okay, and I'm going to publish it on my route, and it auto comes out and it pops up. Okay, so there's a new stop right there. I'm going to choose it. Make delivery. Again, those are the notes and everything, the pre-order notes that came up. I'm going to select it. And I'm enter line items, add products. And I'm just going to choose, I'm going to say they took 500 20-pound bags. Complete delivery. And again, this location is a big location that I used to have. They had 2 ice chests, so I'm not going to bother. And next, and have the customer sign it. But I happen to know that this location here actually would, we actually had to take a picture of proof of delivery. I'll take a little picture. That's me. That's a crazy photo right there. Okay, you can see right there that it attaches a photo to the sale. I'm not going to print it out, and I'm going to finish the delivery. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the route again. So what do we got going on here? We can actually go to the inventory and see a summary of everything that's been happening for today. Again, I've been doing a lot of testing here, so that's why it says right there. But you can see right there what's loaded, what's sold. I have a summary of everything. But now, at this point right now, the driver's ready to, let's say the driver's done with his route and he's ready to sync out his sales for the day. So this is how the driver would actually close out his day. Okay, so now the driver's ready to sync out his day. So all he's got to do now is he goes over into the lower right here and he chooses profile. He's going to print out his reconciliation report. So he chooses there and he chooses print driver reconciliation. And this gives a listing of everything he did for that day. If there happen to be any ROAs for that day, they would be listed there too. Now, one thing that I always stress with my drivers when I had my ice company is don't turn in a bad reconciliation report. These numbers should be correct. If for some reason during the day they messed up a receipt and let's say it was the customer paid check, but it was supposed to, but the driver put it as cash. Well, it's going to throw all this off. What the driver needs to do in that situation is make a new receipt and then check off what he messed up, just like that. And that reconciliation report will show what he messed up on. So that way there, the office knows. The office will have to go inside the system and remove the bad sales from the system before a batch file is created to go into the accounting system. Okay, so that's very, very important. Do not let them turn in bad reconciliation reports, because your office is going to be going through all of it to try and find the mistakes. But actually, because of this right here, it's usually pretty easy to find. Let's say they made 2 receipts or something like that. They'd show up simultaneously, one after the other, and they can mark off which one they screwed up on. Okay? But again, do not let them turn in bad receipts. So as soon as they have this right there, these sales, if you have a live system, these sales are already inside the server anyways. But we have the printer here. We're going to confirm and print. Now the detail report will give a longer report and give a listing of every single sale. The summary report will be a more condensed version without all the detail. So I'm going to, in this example right here, I'm just going to choose the summary, and I'm going to print it out. You can see right there, it spits out a full reconciliation report. And on this report, you guys are going to notice that it has a lot of information. It has what was loaded, what was sold, total cash checking terms it's supposed to have. It has a time of their deliveries and how long it took them to do their deliveries. You can get details of all their sales. Anything about the tasks, any tasks that were completed, skipped, or created. Any notes that they might have entered in the merchandise area will print out on this report. Okay, so again, there's a lot of information on this report in this end, but this almost also mimics the same server reconciliation report. So, anyways, when the driver's done, he goes continue, and he can just go ahead and, if he's done with all sales and everything's good, he just goes ahead and logs out. Packages up all his stuff. Make sure his money is all nice and neat and orderly for the people in the office. Puts a reconciliation report in there with all his checks and everything. And if he did everything right, then this reconciliation report should match exactly what's in his pouch for that day. If it's wrong, well, then they did something wrong, and that needs to be, they need to be chastised for that. Because I used to get very upset at my drivers if they didn't turn in good reconciliation reports. Okay. So anyways, that is the daily procedure for the drivers. Obviously, there's a few other things to consider. You know, you got to consider if you might have actually had any pre-orders inside the system, tasks in the system, or other items. Those are all covered in the other training videos. But this right here, the video I just gave right here, is the absolute basics of getting the guy to log in during the day, do his sales, sync out. There's a lot of features inside the system that many drivers simply just won't use. But these features that are inside the system is an accumulation of things that Cool Running has done over the years. So hopefully you like it, and good luck. All right. If anyone has any questions or anything, or if someone needs some specific questions, don't ever hesitate to give me a call. All right. Thank you.